Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato sama sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Good morning to all of you across the world. Good afternoon to all of you in the United States. Today is Sunday, and as you all know, that every Sunday, typically every Sunday, I hold Sunday sessions. However, due to training and other administrative duties, I've been not live as often. This morning, as everyone well aware over the past 24 hours, that Israel has declared war with the terrorist group Hamas and their long historical issues at hand. And this morning, my laptop is always suggesting this video, that video. And this morning, I got to hear how Ajahn Mun became a fully enlightened being according to the accounts of his student Ajahn Chah. And it was just beautiful to hear some of these fully enlightened beings got to where they are. And I wanted to share the mutual understanding, the mutual frustration with, first and foremost, the war in Ukraine, and now a second war. One must ask, what's going on with our world? Why is it in such turmoil? Part of it has a lot to do with karma. And of course, the other part constitutes ignorance of the Four Noble Truths. Of course, if I were to share my thoughts with you, my thoughts would be, we have all these organizations, international organizations, the World Court, the UN, UNICEF. And I just, they do a lot of talking. A lot of people do a lot of talking. And I wonder if part of their conversations over the past couple of years included, when they get together and they drink coffee and they eat, do they talk about, have you ever heard of the Four Noble Truths? You ever heard of the truth of suffering? That in life there's old age, death, disease, decay. And in a matter of a flash, hundreds of people lost their lives due to the idea that part of certain parts is our land. Ours. Our land. Me, my, I. My country, my land. Somewhere down the line, with all these international organizations and leaders across the world, did not come to a good understanding and policy set in place, or the adoption of the noble truth of suffering. That no matter what happened, we should never, never cause suffering to another living being in another country for any reason. It's 2023. We're one of the most intelligent beings on earth. we are the most intelligent beings on earth, but yet we couldn't utilize our intelligence, speech, thoughts, actions for the benefit of our own people. It's the human race that wages war with the same human race. And the Buddhist right behind me, he would be shaking his head right about now. He's been shaking his head ever since he passed away, with all of the pain and turmoil that is caused by these humans. What can we do? What can Venerable Jidao do? What can you do? Well, not a whole lot. If you look at you, you realize you have a lot of bills to pay. If you look at me, I don't really have that much followers. And what does that mean? Well, even if I had 1 billion followers, I could mobilize. Only a rare few would mobilize, have the courage to mobilize. So what does that mean? That means we return back to our practice like it always has been, and let karma take care of the rest. Even though it is very heartbreaking, and at the time of this video, some of you may be Israeli, maybe some of you could be Palestinians, maybe some of you are from the Middle East, Asia, north, south, east, west part of the world. Any Buddhist knows eventually we have to return back to ourselves, like it always has been, so that we achieve the same arahantship that our great masters once did. The one thing about wars is that it reminds us, right, that if we don't like it, don't come back. How many of you go to stores out there that you didn't like? I don't like that Publix. I don't like that Walmart. I don't like that gas station. Well, then don't come back, right? And then people typically don't come back. If you don't like this world, don't come back. What is one way to do that? Become an arahant. How do we do that? Following the methods of the Buddha. How do we do that? The threefold training. What is the threefold training? Sila, Samadhi, Panya. What is that? Sila, gift of safety. Samadhi, cultivation of the heart, also known as meditation, which thus leads to Panya, wisdom. What to be aware along the path? The 5 hindrances. What to be aware along the path? The 4 Brahma Viharas. The 4 immeasurables. What to be aware? 7 factors of enlightenment. And the rest you all can Google. We can't do all the work for you. So I know that this causes a lot of stress for all of you across the world as you turn on CNN and the news, if you're those people that do that. It's good to be in the know, but not good to be attached. It's good to be in the know, but not good to take it personally. Remember, attachment constitutes anything that you take to be personal. My country, my suffering, my people, etc. We return back to our practice. And that is the message today. Taking this moment, the quietness, the stillness of your Sunday. Make it a holy day. Out of 7 days, make one of them a holy day. A day where you return back to yourself, return back to the breath, in silence, in calmness, in stillness, in tranquility. To climb the stages of enlightenment, the cultivation of faith and confidence in the practice, to listen to Dhamma, to listen to Ajahn Chah, to listen to Ajahn Lee Thamaviro, to listen to Ajahn Chah Supato, to listen to Ajahn Mun, Long Po Mun, Long Po Sao, Long Po Lee. I'm at the monastery and we have plenty of Dharma books here. And every time when I open one of these, I tune out everything else. And it brings me great joy and happiness in practicing the methods of the Buddha. Venerable Lee knows that. Every time when I'm in the zone, I'm just, the 4 foundations of mindfulness. So many details to look into. There are people right now looking into the details of Gaza, into the details of Israeli, into the details of Ukraine, into the details of all this stuff that really doesn't matter. You won't be able to change a thing. Unless you mobilize a lot of people around the world, up in arms and threaten this, threaten that. Eventually it's going to have to lead to threats. Obviously words. So looking into the details of Anapanasati, mindfulness of the breath, looking into the details of Vipassana, mindfulness of the body, mindfulness of the mind, mindfulness of feelings, mindfulness of worldly phenomena. Into the details leads you closer and greater to peace than you looking into any other details that leads you in greater, more frustration. I just want to take 30 seconds, perhaps 60 seconds, to just focus on our breath for a second. It's been a while since we've displayed public display of meditation for all of you. This image encourages you to do the same in your home. To observe the rising and falling of the abdomen. There's peace with every breath. Slowly we relax our concentration. Slowly we come back to the present moment. I obviously didn't want to come back. One could say Venerable Chida was quite attached to peace. And even the Buddha did not, even says, don't be attached onto peace. It is too fleeting. It also is fleeting. Meditation brings us monks into joy, tranquility, happiness, stillness of the present moment. Nothing really matters in this room, except for the sounds that's coming out of that door. It was peaceful for a while. Some announcement for all of you. I've authorized Venerable Lee to do some social research so that he can see the balance of life, of the fun, the joy, the good, the bad, the ugly. Social research in social work, social research in our society. And realize what I've been doing over the past couple of months is to program at least 5 years of my experience teaching him things so that he gets the most out of life, his view of life as a 21-year-old monk when he sets forth into the world, knows the attractive natures of things and the unattractive natures of things. What is pleasurable, what is not pleasurable. Simple, because sense pleasure seems to dominate our world right now. So the teacher authorizes the student to conduct such research and observations, to understand the causes and conditions, to understand preference, to understand everything that the Buddha had taught about the first noble truth, the second noble truth. Desire causes suffering. What is that desire? Does it last? Does it change? Is it within your control? My job is to try to make this 21-year-old young man one of the most wisest young men the world has ever seen. It's just dependent on how many years the downloading could take place. But you all have heard him before. You all can assess, quite impressive for the training he has received so far. So let us return back to our practice. Let us make the best out of our Sunday. Let us cultivate mindfulness, cultivate our intention for Monday ahead. I know that my week ahead is going to be absolutely crazy, just like last week and the week before that. Notice the frequency of us going live with you all has been not as frequent. So tomorrow I'll be all over the city, Pasco County, Pinellas County. So, but I'd like to also thank you to my assistants, Stephen and Eric and Luis, who have been activated this past week and week ahead and the many weeks to come in order to facilitate transportation, communication, and organization in order to make this month a good, productive month. But both of us wish all of you the very best. We wish you all peace. We wish you all peace of mind. We hope that all of you will return back to the study and practice of the Dhamma. We hope that you would tune out what's going on in the world. Good to know, but not to attach on. And remember, with every breath you take, there is peace. Sadhu, sadhu. honor of deactivating.